Good morning, Roberto. Firstly, I would like to thank you for being here and your kindness in giving this interview to the channel. I would appreciate if you could introduce yourself and tell us your story, the near-death experience you went through.
Thanks, Edson. Thanks, man, for the opportunity. Thanks, everyone. The experience I have is an experience that happened in 2008. On October 31st, it began. It wasn't just in one day, it was a period of 15 days that the expense was due. It was a progression. Initially it happened, I was beginning to travel to the coast. A peaceful journey of one weekend with family was not with any problem. And on the way to have got some water before starting the same journey there on Bandeirantes Avenue, and when I got out of the car, my wife was driving a car, my father-in-law was in another car, we stopped. When I got out of the car, it was that thing like a movie that is, the person was distancing and my father-in-law was in front, and I heard as if it was a tone. It started to distance and I couldn't move. I lost strength, and it was with great effort that I got to him. And I called myself and he said, "Look, something is happening." At that moment, we stopped, we drank water, and I started to feel a lot of pain in my chest, something, the pain was unbearable, and I decided to go to the hospital. Well then, for the journey, I need to go to the hospital. He's my father-in-law. He continued her journey and she went to the hospital. We went down Bandeirantes Avenue. We went to the hospital that's there at the intersection of Bandeirantes and Santo Amaro. It was Friday traffic, that's São Paulo traffic that doesn't work. And I went further and further beyond chest pains. My right leg was getting numb, as if it was a cramp, until I could not feel it at all. It wasn't that it was cramp, I didn't feel, I hit as if I hit this wood there. I almost felt like fainting. The feeling was that I was going to die. We got there almost, really. I just didn't faint because of the pain. When I tried to get out of the car, the numb leg wouldn't walk. I hopped out towards the emergency room.
There was no strength at all on the screen.
She was dragging her leg, terrified, because I imagined I was having initially a stroke, some kind of stroke, something, because my father had experience with my father. And I imagined that maybe it was something congenital. And I got into the hospital. In the hospital, they left me. I started to slack, do blood tests and such, and I dying of pain, screaming. And me in the emergency room, they were not paying attention to me. This lasted about 15-20 minutes. People just came to ask me to stop screaming, but it was as if I had a knife in my chest, as if they were opening me all the time, and I couldn't stop. Until a moment when I felt the need to go to the bathroom. I had a great urge. I went to the bathroom and literally I threw up, and as soon as I did that, I felt relief. Did it relieve? It was calming down, it was stopping, and in the hospital, in the emergency room, they understood that I had a, how do you say it, a hysterical peak, a hysterical attack, and that I was nothing more than nervous. Well, I went home, the trip ended. I returned to the apartment I was living in at the time. I got there and went to bed. When I went to bed, I couldn't sleep, because when I put my head on the pillow, I literally felt the blood flow in my body, make the noise, do like this.